Good day, Minecraftians. Purple Mentat here, bringing you another episode of Crash Landing. Last time, I got myself set up with a couple of sink shells, and unfortunately, between episodes, I did a little bit of progression, because I thought I was recording, and I wasn't. Lost a bunch of footage. So let's go over what I did. Well, first of all, I made myself a bunch of capacitors and transistors, so I could turn 10 of the unassembled PCBs I made last time into printed circuit boards. I then used those printed circuit boards to craft myself the pulverizer, redstone furnace, energetic infuser, and auto packager so I could complete the basic machines quest. I also went into basic survival and finished the getting chilly quest to get 2 snow blocks and 8 iron ingots. Now, next step along the way as I continue my thermal expansion path is advanced machines, which I've already created the induction smelter, and now I'm getting the nether brick together that I need to create the magma crucible. So, to get that nether brick together, I'm going to need some nether rack. What I've built myself over here is meant to be an obsidian creation machine that takes all of the lava that this guy creates and turns it into obsidian passively without my direct interaction. However, it's also really great for netherrack because I can just do that. Redstone into a barrel full of lava creates netherrack, as you might remember. And if I set you back to that way, I need to refill my water packs there. If I put the water back on top of that, you can see the obsidian being created and dragged out by an item duct underneath. The duct has to be underneath the barrel. It will not pull an item out the side of a barrel. So that'll get me some obsidian going, as I know I'm going to need a good bit of it in the long run. Let's take a brief pause and refill my camel packs before I die of dehydration. That would be bad. It wouldn't be the end of the world, but it would still be slightly embarrassing. Boom, 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 and boom. And because I have someone ask me once per episode how I do that, to move items from your inventory to your crafting grid, hold up and left click. You can do it the same way in the other direction by holding down. W and S also work. Okay, so how am I making nether brick? Induction smelter. 1 soul sand and 4 netherrack will cook into 2 nether brick with a 25% chance of generating sulfur. No sulfur for me this time, but that's okay. Now, do I have everything else I need? Nope, I need 4 lead, and I have the redstone that I need. Awesome. So, the magma crucible requires nether brick and a leadstone energy cell frame, which requires redstone block. There we go. There aren't many things in this game that require a block of redstone. This is one of them. Oh, what else do you need? Reception coil? Yeah, I don't have one of those. There we go. I wish this pack had forestry in it just for the workbenches. Oh, and I do not have a machine frame. Machine frames are a little bit of a special case. You need to get these logic expansion cards, which require plastic. And I'm doing pretty well on plastic. I have enough to make 5 more. Awesome. Thought I was just about out. These do not stack, so be careful you don't overcraft them. However, I know actually I'm going to need a second one. And that should do it. No? Oh, right. I know I have to make them into machine frames first, which requires both Invar and Electrum. And you can't do that one automatically. You have to do it by hand because of the non-stackable nature of the logic expansion card. This is why I would like the work table, because it bypasses that, which you can see me using it in running red. There we go. 1 magma crucible. We don't have a direct use for this yet, but we will very, very soon. All right, glacial precipitator requires just a piston, machine frame, and a reception coil. I have the machine frame. I need the reception coil. And I also need a piston, but I don't have the materials on hand for that, but that's a simple matter of 4 cobblestone and one rubber wood to make the 3 rubber jungle planks. Oh, what now? What's wrong? Ah, the snow blocks. I put them in my bag because I was afraid they might melt in my inventory because of the way mine Enviromine ends up interacting with some things. They can be a little weird. Alright, so I need to give that glacial precipitator both power and water to be able to do its function. But we'll get to that in a moment. Let's see. Yeah, let's hand in some quests. Now, I've got my choice of Fluxed Electrum, Enderium, Pyrotheum, or Cryotheum. And I think that Enderium in this situation is actually going to be the hardest of them for me to reproduce because of the amount of Ender Pearl that it takes. I have no good ready access to Ender Pearls yet. I can fix that over time, but I don't have it at the moment. Pyrotheum, I have all of the materials I need to make. Cryotheum, I have all of the materials I need to make the materials I need to make it. And Fluxed Electrum is also relatively simple. So, grab the Enderium blend. Call it good. Next step, thermal melting. You want me to hand in a bucket of each. Okay, that's not a problem. Your rewards are a little meh, though the Resident Energy Cell is kind of nice. So are the empty Tesseract frames less so. The Illuminator frames, not at all. Yeah, I think I'll take the Resident Energy Cell. 4 Enderium, but it's already done, versus 8 Enderium, and it needs to be filled, and then more stuff added to it. That's a tough choice. Anyway, we won't be dealing with that right away, will we? We need to get... Now that we have the machines built, we need to actually start applying them and advance our thermal expansion tech line. So, let me sleep through the night and get started on exactly how that's going to happen. I'm going to want to grab what obsidian I have, except for 1. Let's put 1 back. 20 will be a good number to start. And with that, I'm going to also want more lead than I have on hand. So let's just grab a stack of lead ingots. Well, a stack-ish. Oh, you'll also note that I upgraded this to a gold chest because I was getting backlogged. As you can see, I still have a bit of a backlog going on over here. I don't know when I got cocoa beans, but I'm glad I have the nether wart. In fact, I should set up a tiny farm for nether wart. Yeah, let's do that right now while I'm thinking about it. Before I need it, because I know that I will, let's set up just a little area over here with a patch, a 3x3 patch of soul sand and nether wart. I don't have the inventory space for soul sand. That's okay. We'll put the auto package. We'll put some machines, actually, in general, into the bag for now. And then this can just happily grow without me needing to do anything about it. And every now and then, I can come over and collect what has grown. Excellent. So, first step along the path to better thermal expansion tech is going to be pulverizing a bunch of obsidian, and then using that pulverized obsidian with the lead that I have in the induction smelter to create hardened glass. Like so. Each 2 obsidian will turn into 2 hardened glass for me, and this is going to be used for a lot of things. As you can see, I already had some of it as a quest reward. I'm not sure which quest gave that to me, actually. Was not paying enough attention. Ah, the Technological Revolution quest granted that to me. Excellent. So, I'm going to let that stuff process, and I'm going to get a couple of other things ready for the next step along this path, and I'll be back in a bit. We're going to start getting a bit of a better workshop and such set up. See you soon. Alrighty folks, I've been doing some serious prep, looking through my options, and I have discovered that the lack of ender pearls is a situation that can no longer be allowed to continue. And as there is no good source of ender pearls that I can just craft, I'm instead going to go hunting. As such, I'm preparing for a long journey outside of my base. I have a significant amount of food with me. I'm going to leave a little bit of food here just in case I want to have something on hand if I should need to return. I'm also going to leave one of my camel packs behind and take the other 2 with me. Actually, I'm going to leave 2 of them behind and take 1 with me. That seems like the smarter option of the 2. And I'm going to keep on hand 4 glass bottles. I doubt I will need more than that with the survival plans that I have. Now, the key to this plan is to grab this water drum, because it maintains all 256 buckets. And then I can just put this empty drum in its place, and it can start taking over the job, which is good, because it'll also allow me to process through more trees. And, well, I don't have nearly enough trees. Ooh, you know what? I had a tank of sludge somewhere that I should empty into that. Yes, I had a hardened portable tank full of sludge that I'm now going to empty into that barrel of sludge that I'm collecting, so that I can then use this hardened portable tank elsewhere. Didn't even think of that until just now. And I suppose I could start filling this hardened portable tank with lava. That might not be a terrible thing to do with it. Yeah, let's do that. Well, let's at least set that up to happen. How can I most easily do that? Probably to put you there. I'd like to get some lava as a backup. There. So it's going to fill the seared tank. Then it will fill the... Well, it'll probably round robin between the portable tank and the barrel down there. In any case, I'll end up with obsidian and lava to spare out of that system, which is good. Okay, let's have a bit of a meal before we go. Now, I am going to do some minor work to improve my technological situation before I leave. And that is specifically going to be to create some redstone energy conduits. Those use electrum and hardened glass. It takes 1 glass and 2 electrum to make 6 empty conduits. So I'm going to make 60 of those with a quick right click. And then I'm going to come over here where I have set up my magma crucible exporting into a fluid transposer. The energy conduits go into the fluid transposer, and some redstone goes into the magma crucible. It takes 2 redstone per energy conduit. So with 60 of them, I need 120 redstone, which means I need to leave back 8. And while that's finishing up processing through, you know what? Do I have an extra hopper on hand? No, I do not. Okay, that's fine. So while that's finishing up and processing, I am going to begin building a bit of a hang glider tower. There we go. And I'm going to take this very, very high. And I will come back later. Well, I may come back later and make it a little bit prettier. But this is going to go all the way up to the build cap, which is Y256. In any case, there's going to be a lot of bouncing involved, which is going to use up a fair bit of food. Luckily, I have quite a lot. Also uses up a fair bit of water. Luckily, I have 256 buckets, or roughly roughly 64 full camel packs worth. That should keep me going for a few days at least. Almost there. And by almost there, I mean just past the halfway point. As you can see, we're now getting high enough that the game can't even render all of the chunks that would possibly be visible. You're only seeing a fraction of the world that you could see. Here, let's see if I can... render distance is already as far as it can get. And, yeah. That's the best you're gonna get. So that's the view of the world that I have from way above my base. Not much world to it, huh? Well, that's a downside of Minecraft. It can't keep too much stuff loaded, or it just can't function. Now, how am I going to get down from here at first? Well, that's why I brought myself a rope ladder. The rope ladder from OpenBlocks, made with 6 string and 3 sticks, is quite fantastic for dealing with very, very tall heights, because it will drop until it hits the ground. It's like an instant growing vine. It will go all the way down and act like a ladder the whole way, Oh, there we go. And I am now starving because I have been gone quite so high. So much jumping. Eaten 5 times. Alright. I'm trying to get rid of my soup, so... Here. You I have not eaten recently. I'll have an apple jelly sandwich to go with my soup. And I'm going to build a bit of a platform up here, just to make it slightly safer. And what I really want is to have a nice spot where I can easily get into my ladder. Like that. Okay. So, rope ladder goes all the way down. We're gonna ride this down to the ground. Nice. So yeah, I'm gonna return to the ground, get the rest of my redstone into the magma crucible, pick up my hang glider, and we're gonna head for that city that I know is down that road. And this ugly edifice of cobblestone reaching to the sky will hopefully eventually be replaced with something a little bit fancier. But I am no longer worrying about the fanciness factor of this particular world. I just want to get through the quest chain and get myself set up, ready to take off for the next pack. And let's face it, folks, I'm not a super pretty builder to begin with. Okay. This is a very long trip down. You can see all those monsters down there. Not much in the way of Enderman spawning, but that's why we're going to the city. We know they'll spawn there. Ooh, look, there's a ghost spider in my base. Well, we'll have to take care of that, won't we? Nice. Come here, spider. I got a present for you. It's called a cutlass. A flying spider. I dropped a feather. That's adorable. Alright, so you are all done. There's another 21, so I need another 42. I miscalculated. 40, 1, 2. There. Oh, no I did not. Awesome. It only looked like I did. So, get you put away. There's a spider chasing me. Not anymore. Bad day to be a spider. Alright, now, I believe I made a hang glider already. There it is. Kept it in my golden bag of holding. It's a good place for it. And, you know what? I want one more thing before we go to the city, which I should have taken with me last time, and did not. And that would be a sleeping bag. So to make a sleeping bag from OpenBlocks, you need wool and carpet. And carpet is made from wool. So I need... we can leave that there. Oh yeah, I was also going to make myself a diamond chestplate. Because I wanted to have the ability to protect myself more fully. Alright, is that enough? That makes 3 carpet out of the 4 that I need. Yep, I need 4 carpet. Okay, no problem. So I'm going to need 2 more wool. 1, 2, whoops. And there we go, 1 sleeping bag. The way the sleeping bag works, I can right-click it to put it on in place of my chest armor, and pass the night without resetting my spawn point. Not that spawn points are particularly important at this time, because I am beholden to sync, basically. Alright, get you put away, and I'm all set for a trip to the city. Love the hang glider. So much fun. We will fill up our camel pack and be on our way. Very loud out there. Alright, I'm going to climb up that rope ladder. It's a very long rope ladder. I'll meet you at the top. See you in a moment. Alright, here I am, top of the hang glider tower. I decided last minute to go over a couple of other things and to grab some stuff. So, in the technological revolution tree, in using what you got, which is where I'm going, I can get one of my targets for this, which is the Safari Net Reusable. There's also a single-use Safari Net there that I'm not quite sure what it contains, but we'll deal with that once I finish the quest. Now, I want the Safari Net Reusable so that I can get Endermen, so I can put them in the auto spawner, so I can use my grinder to get lots and lots of Ender Pearls easily, but I also want a handful more Ender Pearls than that before we go any further. And I decided that, you know what, hunting Endermen by hand is a pain. It's annoying, it's hard, and it never works out quite right. So I'm bringing my half full about leadstone energy cell, hardened strong box, my drum, which used to have mob essence but is now empty, and a grinder with me. And I'm also bringing my needle gun because zombie pigmen are terrible and they need to die. So let's head south to the city. Should be due south of me would be a handful of buildings. Luckily, as long as I'm traveling parallel to that road, I know I will find the city. The question is, where will I find an Enderman spawner? Well, we're going to get down to the ground. And we're going to check these buildings right near the entrance. And we're going to see what we can find inside each one of them. And I'm going to be very prepared to destroy any spawners I find that are not Endermen. That's a zombie spawner. Goodbye. I don't need a zombie spawner. I need an Enderman spawner. What? That was an OpenBlocks elevator. That was terrifying. I should bring a handful of these back with me. That would actually be kind of cool. Have an elevator take me up to the top of my hang glider tower, rather than anything else. Grab some rose red. May as well loot the chest as long as I'm here. Hey, redstone ore. That's nice. And a heart canister. Well, this has been a good run already. Can't be unhappy about that. Well, I can be unhappy about that, but I'm not. I am very, very happy about that. I'm not seeing any chests in this one. Okay. I can hear a pigman somewhere. I don't like pigmen. They are the dangerous. So, moving right along, let's check this building right here. Kind of at random. Hey! Enderman spawner. That was quick. Okay. Other room, we have zombie spawner. Goodbye. And in the chest, we have some Invar and a water bottle. And more rose red, which I'll take because, you know, greedy. I should grab this wool. In fact, this wool I'm going to need. Will my battle wrench work as shears? No, it won't. Ah, there's a pigman outside. So my hard drive chose that exact moment to fill with videos and reset my recording. Killed that pigman, got through the night, discovered that there is a pigman spawner directly above where I want to be. And I just got hit with a poison arrow that caused nausea. That's evil. That's just vilely evil. You know what? I should have brought some cobblestone with me. That's okay. You know what we're gonna do? One, we're gonna kill that guy. I'm wearing my full suit of diamond armor right now because it makes me fairly resilient as far as these things go. Had a bit of a scramble getting the pigman dead and then getting back into my armor and such. So inventory is all a jumble. Let's get up to this next level. Kill this pigman spawner, wherever it may be. Full suit of diamond armor. Pretty good protection. Not the best in the world, but does the trick for now. Alright, there might be another pigman spawner up top. We're gonna go find out. Cold water bottle. Not the worst thing in the world, by far. As they say, better than a kick in the teeth. Zombie spawner. Not anymore. Sync does weird things with your experience total, I've noticed. Hey, more redstone, another heart canister. No spawner in here. Okay. So that should take care of the pigman spawning issue. Let's get our camel pack back on and rehydrate. So we head back down a bit. Gonna clear out those pigmen on the ground and then start building an area for the Enderman spawner. You know what? I'm gonna need more building blocks for that. Should have brought those with me. Failed to do so. That's okay. I'll just litter the ground with some building blocks there. Take you off, put you on. Oh, good. More nausea? Nope. Ah. Zombie pigmen with bows is a bit much. Heck, just constantly aggressive zombie pigmen that have the same hand-to-hand range that I do are a bit much. Okay, where's that Enderman spawner? Over here? Good. First off, let's get you equipped, because you are helping me survive the pigman onslaught. Oh, I also fixed up my pick before coming out here, because I thought it might run out of durability if I didn't. So we're going to give you 1, 2, 3, 4 interior spaces. And we're going to make you 3 high and 1 deep. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bam, bam. So this is going to be what looks like a fairly uneventful bit of digging and building. I'm going to cut the camera and come back after I get things built up a bit. So, see you soon. All right, I have before me a very ugly box built out of whatever scrap metal happened to be around. Which, you know, is the best kind of box. There we go. Let us sleep through the night, thanks to our trusty sleeping bag. And, running low on the water. Should get that drum in the world to take care of that. So we're just going to put the grinder here. As you can see, it's already effective. Put the drum on top. It has a good bit of energy left over from being in place outside of... Wow. Alright, this is going well already. It is detecting the Endermen inside and destroying them. Now, that thing will keep spawning as long as I'm within, I believe, 16 or maybe it's 20 blocks of the spawner. So yeah, we'll be in good shape very quickly. I already have the 4 that I would need to make my own safari net. I'm going to need quite a bit more than that, though. Now, this grinder isn't quite covering the full interior area of this. It only covers a 5x5 area directly in front of it. Actually, you know what that means? That means I should move things slightly. I can cover more of the area than I currently am by doing this. Put the grinder here. The strong box here. Luckily, it's got a bit of an internal tank, so I don't actually 100% need the drum on top of it. Technically, I don't 100% need the power going into it at all times either. In any case, this is going to cover a 5x5 area in front of the grinder that's, I believe, also 4 or 5 tall. It goes down 1 and up a bit. You can see the exact range if you bring your plastic hammer with you, which is your precision hammer, I believe. Yes. Precision sledgehammer. But this is a 9x9 interior, so there's a good bit of space that's not covered by it. However, the Enderman will wander into it. Apparently also a spider. And I have 7 ender pearls so far. I'd like to get at least a stack or so. So I'm going to let this run while I'm off camera a bit, as I seem relatively safe out here in the middle of nowhere. I've got plenty of supplies. Ooh, make that 8 so far. And once I have everything that I'm looking for out of this grinder, I will head, well, actually, you know what? Looking at the time, we're about done with this episode. I'm going to let this run between episodes. And once I have a good bit of ender pearls to play with next episode, I'll come back and we'll build something a little bit closer to home that will take over for this. Thank you very much for joining me. Hope you've enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you next time.